Good afternoon, it's the 16th of February. This is the Chelsea Staffed vlog and the preview. Chelsea versus Man United for tomorrow night. Let's have a look at the situation in regards to both teams currently, their form, positions in the table, strengths, weaknesses, possible formations and lineups, and the all-important prediction. Let's get cracking. So this is one of my extended videos. It's a different video than I do normally because it's the match preview. Tomorrow night is massive. We've seen this winter break come and go, and we've seen teams have some time off. Some teams playing this weekend and more time off. It's really strange. But one thing's clear. Tomorrow night at Stamford Bridge, Chelsea take on United, and this is massive. Absolutely massive. As it stands, as I'm recording this at half-time, Tottenham are currently beating Aston Villa and will close the gap to 1 point to Chelsea. Sheffield United closed the gap to 2 points last weekend. Chelsea currently sit fourth in the Premier League, as you can see below, on 41 points, having played 25 games. However, we've only won once in the last 5 games. If we don't win tomorrow night, if we draw or we lose, that's 4 without a win, which is our worst run in the Premier League for 4 seasons. It's not ideal. We need to get our form and consistency back. And Man United is the start of some big games coming up with Tottenham, Bayern Munich to follow. As for Man United, they sit currently 6 points behind Chelsea, and they really need a win against us. If we win tomorrow night, we extend the gap between us in fourth and them to 9 points with 12 games to go, which is a big ask, or could be a big ask. As for United, they're on the same run as form as we are. They've only won once out of the last 5 games. However, they've lost 3 of those 5. Chelsea have lost only 1 and drawn 3. So both teams are looking for confidence. Both teams are looking to try and get on a run of form. And as we saw in our last time out, Chelsea drew 2-2 with Leicester, having been a goal up, conceded 2 and got back to the 2-2. Whereas the last game Man United played, they beat Man City in the League Cup semi-final second leg 1-0, but it wasn't enough on the day. As far as injuries goes, we know that we've got 3 players missing. Ruben Loftus-Cheek is not going to be fit enough to play the game. We know that Christian Pulisic is also going to be out of this particular game, and there's doubts about Tammy Abraham. Should we take a risk on Abraham? Frank Lampard did say in his pre-match press conference on Friday that he's still feeling the effects of it, despite having 2 weeks off. Do you take a risk, or do you go for someone like Olivier Giroud for his experience, or Michy Batshuayi? I would go with Giroud in this one. I still think that obviously we've still got Tottenham and Bayern Munich coming up, which are still 2 massive games. Why take the risk with Tammy Abraham and make things worse? There's no point. Give him another week off and get him ready for Tottenham. As for Man United, they're still missing 3 big players. They're still missing McTominay. They're still missing Pogba and Rashford. As far as their team goes, it's pretty much set in stone the last month or so, with De Gea in goal. They're playing Wan-Bissaka as the right back. Lindelof and Maguire are the main centre-back pairing, with Luke Shaw on the left, or Williams. At the moment, it seems to be Luke Shaw. We could also see Pereira play, go for a 3-man midfield. It could be Matic, Fred and Pereira as a 3, with Lingard, Martial and James up front for them. It's going to be a difficult game this, but it's a massive game and it's winnable for Chelsea. So what do we think about the Chelsea team and what we think the team should be tomorrow? There's a lot of conjecture and there's a lot of debate about Kepa. Should Kepa come back in? I think he should. We saw with Willy Caballero, he can be erratic. Made a good save initially from Jamie Vardy, but was erratic. Could have done better for that second goal maybe, but Kepa's the number 1. He's been benched. I think Frank Lampard's made his point clear, and I think Kepa's reacted in the right way by all accounts. So Kepa comes back in. So to the back 4, and who starts in the back 4? Reece James, nailed on starter for me at right back. Tony Rudiger, nailed on starter for me at centre half. Left back, Cesar Azpilicueta as the club captain, the team captain. He'll start on the left hand side, but who plays and starts next to Tony Rudiger? At the beginning of the season, there was an argument that Andreas Christensen and Rudiger were our best 2 centre halves. But you have to say that Kurt Zouma and Tomori have made a claim. Zouma started off quite dodgy beginning of the season, but has grown as the season's gone on. And Fikayo Tomori, despite his distribution issues and his passing, defending wise he's been outstanding. I'm going to plump for Fikayo Tomori tomorrow to play alongside Tony Rudiger in the back four. So Kepa in goal, the back four as stated. Right back Reece James, Tony Rudiger, Fikayo Tomori and Cesar Azpilicueta. As we move into the midfield now, and again there's conjecture. Do we go 4-2-3-1 or do we go 4-3-3? Now, I personally believe to get us back on track, we need to play our best team. And what's the best part of our team at the moment? What's the strongest part of our team? It's the middle and midfield. So I keep saying it in my videos and I'm going to continue to say it. I think we go three-man midfield. We go N'Golo Kante, Jorginho and Kovacic as the three to work hard in that space to protect the back four, but also to give us dominance in the middle of midfield. We should be able to dominate the game in the middle of midfield with the ball, plenty of the ball, and try and get it forward as soon as possible. So that's my midfield three: Kante, Jorginho, Kovacic. Up front, as I said, Tammy Abraham is still struggling after a 2-week break with the knock he picked up, and I would rest him. Christian Pulisic is out injured, which gives us 2 from 3. 2 players out wide and 1 striker. So 2 from 3 wide, so Callum Hudson-Odoi and Willian will start the game for me. Pedro needs to do much better. He needs to be busier and he needs to drive at people when he's on the pitch and when he's got a chance. Frank Lampard could opt for the experience in the big game tomorrow. I would go Callum Hudson-Odoi. Callum Hudson-Odoi and Willian, and get this, I can't see it happening, but up front for me, Olivier Giroud starts. He will lead the line up against Harry Maguire, and he'll hopefully be able to hold his own and bring people in. If he doesn't start, Michy Batshuayi will need to get on the end of things. We need to create things for him. But I personally think that up front, Giroud gives us the better option if Tammy Abraham is not there. So that's my front three: Callum Hudson-Odoi, Giroud and Willian. So to predictions of the game tomorrow, and it's going to be one of those games where it's going to be tense, but I think it's going to be open. I think there's going to be plenty of goals in the game, and I'm going to predict a 3-1 Chelsea win. I don't think we're going to keep a clean sheet. I think the pace of Daniel James scares us, and possibly Martial. But I think we've got more than enough through our midfield and out wide to cause Man United plenty of problems. We've seen that teams can go up against them. They're not the same as they were before. Harry Maguire's the linchpin. Wan-Bissaka's nervy at times. The left-back position is not sealed down. And Lindelof, I don't really think has been someone that can cement his position as a mainstay. So I think if we can get the ball forward and we can attack them, we can score plenty of goals. We need to have the right attitude. We need to be up for this. We can extend our gap to everybody else back to 4-5 points to Tottenham and Sheffield United and 9 to Man United. It's a massive game. Chelsea can do this. Come on Chelsea, let's get the win. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed the video and agree with anything that I'm saying, do me a favour, smash the head out the like button for me and then subscribe to the channel and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss anything. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for watching. Come on Chelsea, let's do this. See you all tomorrow.